Okay guys, we're taking kitchen chatter outside today. We're up in Welches with paper in the Vanderpools. There's action happening inside of that, right? There's big Johnny cakes, right? What we grew up eating. You cut it open, slap some butter in it, while it's hot, you eat it, burn your tongue, and you're good. All right? Under the tent, we have the community college, ACC, right? Karima in the group, some young ones, they're learning how to make these things also. They're frying fish, frying chicken, frying Johnny cake. They're making pigtail soup, or what we call pea soup here in Anguilla, right? As you saw, Susan just passed with fried cakes to share for some of the guys on the side. Yeah, they're adding more and more wood to the fire. I'll teach one of these. Thank you, Teach. Thank you, right? Fresh out of oil, hot. It's good.
My name is Mrs. Fleming, and I'm here this morning representing the Welches Village Fest. And I'm going to demonstrate to you how we make those lovely Johnny cakes that you all run up here to collect for the Welches Fest. Now, we are going to use a standard 5-pound pack of flour. So I want somebody throw the flour in the container. Now, what she's doing, she's sifting the flour in the container. When you sift flour, you allow air to get into it. Okay, I call it aerated. And the air helps it to rise easier. Next thing, we have our 5 pounds of flour. We're going to put 5 tablespoons of baking powder. Baking powder is a raisin agent. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of yeast. Yeast and baking powder are both raisin agents. Now, yeast is not a must. Old-time people never say use yeast. They would use the baking powder. But we will use yeast also. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to add some sugar. Again, sugar is not a definite must, but it makes it taste better. So we're going to just grab up 4 handsful of sugar and sprinkle in the flour. Next thing we're going to add to it, we're going to add some Crisco and some butter. The purpose of the Crisco and butter is to make it soft and, taste better. If you were to make up the flour without it, like you make dumplings sometimes, it gets a little harder. So we're going to use 3 spoons of Crisco, 3 butter. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rub everything together. The flour with the butter, the Crisco, and everything, the sugar, everything, I'm going to mix it all together. Now that we have all the ingredients mixed together, we're going to add our liquid to make the flour come together. Now I have water here. And I added a little warm water with it. That would make it cool down faster. What I'm going to add to this now is some salt. I'm going to season it with salt. How do I know when I have enough? Taste it. I just want to make sure that I can taste a little salt into it. Okay. Now I make a well in the center of my flour. Make a well in the center. And I gradually add my water. Little at a time, because I don't want it too soggy. Okay? Not too sticky. That's not too sticky. That's good. Now I take my flour and I knead it all together. Now that it is all mixed together, I put her down, and I cover over my dish for at least 15 to 20 minutes. It's going to be cooling down. Then I'm ready to roll out my Johnny cakes.
We would have had 2 weeks of classes. The first week was girls in the kitchen. The second week was boys in kitchen.
Okay.
And they've been learning little things, help out their parents around the house, cooking some lovely meals. My daughter was in it, and the pizza was the bomb. Today we wanted to give them a little cultural day.
Yeah.
So we're working with the Welches Fest community, and they have set up to do the Johnny cakes, fried fish, fried chicken, fried Johnny cakes, and pea soup. It's cooking outside experience.
I'm about to help Daphne put the dumplings in the pea soup.
Oh,
we're gonna spin them. So Daphne, walk me through this. What we got here?
Got peas and some pigtail.
What kind of peas?
Pigeon.
Pigeon.
Yes.
This is dumpling for
Island style for our pea soup, pigtail soup. Flour, cornmeal, sugar, tiny bit of salt,
And some butter.
and butter.
black pepper.
Black pepper. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more seasoning stuff because we want the dumplings tasting good. So now throw a little water for me.
This is a cornmeal dumpling.
This is cornmeal dumplings for pigtail soup. A little bit more? Okay. Okay.
So how you know when it's ready, Daphne? How you know when it's stopped?
If it's too soft,
You have to add.
add a little flour.
If you make with chicken soup, you use the same recipe or standard recipe for this?
Yeah, it's just a standard recipe for dumplings. So I'm gonna make this in, and then I'm gonna let it sit so that it can come, when you're rolling them, they come nice and smooth. You can't just do it like this, because it'll be too rough, so you'll get rough dumplings.
So we're creating nuggets of dumplings throughout the soup. We spin it, pinch, spin,
Spin, pinch, and throw.
and throw.
Spin.
Spin, pinch, and throw.
You go now for cat a tongue.
So we spin first.
Spin first, then we shake by putting our pot here.
You there with me, guys? Okay,
That's like a cat a tongue now. See?
right? And then what's
We
next?
come here. We shape that with like a cattle tongue. That's what it's called, cattle tongue.
No lights in Welches, Cafe boy go Mount Pleasant. No lights in Welches, Cafe boy go Mount Pleasant. I'm going by Teresa, go check out Colin, and then my daughter, go look for Helena. No lights in Welches, Cafe boy go Mount Pleasant. No lights in Welches, Cafe boy go Mount Pleasant. I'm going by Honest, go look for Ivan, and then by Deidre, go check out Hodges. No lights in Welches, Cafe boy go Mount Pleasant. No lights in Welches, Cafe boy go Mount Pleasant.
And it's the first time that ACC is actually doing something like this. So in
It's
terms of this age range and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
okay.
So, yeah, so I think it came out good. They're learning how to do the whole frying of the fish and the chicken and the whole Johnny cake experience. I think
Preserving Angola's culinary traditions. Fried Johnny cake. All of us grew up eating fried Johnny cake. To this day. Fried chicken. I can't think of anyone who doesn't love fried chicken. Fried snapper. On the bone. Again, it's even more beloved than fried chicken. And then we have Johnny cakes out of the coal oven. Pea soup. Can't go wrong. This is all Angola's culture right here. Some islands can relate to this, but we call it our own. We're so proud to have the kids here today from the community college in the surrounding villages, getting involved in the process. Hopefully they'll take it on to their kids, their grandkids, or just cook for themselves. It doesn't really matter.